Wait until you guys see what some of these cast members posted on social media this past week. First, starting off with Bianca. She posted this picture with her man, and she said that she's marrying her best friend in a week. And this is right before she's about to give birth to her daughter, so congratulations to her. And next we have Ashley. So Ashley ended up giving birth to her daughter 3 months early. So she had this baby shower plan, but since she gave birth early, she ended up having the baby shower just last week. And she said not one person showed up to my baby shower but my godmom and my best friend Brittany. And she got some backlash because people were like, okay, it kind of looks like you were only expecting a couple people with the amount of food you had on the table. So Ashley clapped back and she said, I can't believe I even have to make this comment. For the rude mother effer saying that you ain't have enough food anyways. Well, to the right is a kitchen and all the hot food was there. I just wanted to wait till people started coming in to put the hot stuff on the table. No one showed besides my godmom, my godmom's fam, my man, and best friend. My godmom's fam. Okay, so it sounds like there's more than just 3 people if the whole godmom's fam came. Then she's like, not that it matters. Why would I want people in my baby shower who are just there for the food? My baby shower isn't to feed you bums. You guys are worried about the wrong things. And then she goes on to explain in a different post that she is starting to see that her baby daddy is starting to turn his life around. So just a few months before she gave birth to her daughter, she announced that her and her baby daddy broke up, and she alleged that he was cheating on her, talking to multiple different women, and she started accusing him of being an alcoholic. Well, she said one thing for sure is, I don't give a F what nobody says about my baby daddy or what I've recently posted. That man is really turning his life around to be in his daughter's life, and that's all that matters. That's all I wanted, and I love witnessing it. And one person that's kind of just standing still right now is Chance, because he's still locked up behind bars. So his girlfriend, Alyssa, which also an update on her, so she actually got pregnant for a second time with his baby right before he went to prison, but she ended up miscarrying it, which I honestly think is a blessing in disguise, because I mean, he's in prison right now and his future is uncertain, and I think it's honestly, like, you know, they say God's not going to put more on you than you can handle, and I think that was things working out and like waiting for a better time for them. But anyways, she ended up posting and she said everyone at work was like, so when are you getting married? Yep, that was a long one and embarrassing and so on the spot that I didn't know what to say other than the truth. Free Chance already, damn. Well, I appreciate her being raw. Like, this is the part, like, a lot of people don't show, like, the emotions that they go through, especially being, like, a single mom while your kid's father is in prison. And someone said, how long does he have? And she said, I don't even know. We have another parole hearing made to see if he's coming home, and if he doesn't, he'll see parole in another 6 months, and we shall see, and so on, etc. So it's just going to be every 6 months. Hopefully he's behaving in prison, so he's not going to make it harder for himself. He literally just got transferred to prison from the county jail, so he's been locked up in the county jail this whole time. And I actually heard from Chance a few months ago. He called me from jail. I answered. This phone call was unexpected. Like, I was really busy at the time. Like, usually I like to record my phone calls like that, but I didn't get a chance to record it because I'm on the go. And he just starts telling me all this information. And a lot of it was stuff that was already public information, like about his past arrest, and him just like denying anything that made him look bad. And then after he said all this stuff, at the end of the phone call, he's like, yeah, so if you can help me out and, you know, send Alyssa or send me some money and put some money on my books and you can make a video with this information. I'm like, no, I did not agree to this. It just kind of pissed me off because, like, here you are trying to throw this on me at the end when you could have just tried to be upfront at the beginning. But this is not TMZ. And, like, a lot of the information he was giving me was information that I had already reported on from public record, or information from arrest reports that I had to purchase from the police department that I already knew, or stuff that he was commenting on from, like, his DUI and stuff that happened like a few years ago. Like, that would have been nice maybe if you would have talked back then, but even then I still wouldn't pay for it. But now this is years later, and it just doesn't make any sense. I'm not going to repeat anything he said since he was wanting money for the information, but like I said, a lot of it was just like repetitive stuff that was already out there. And I get it though, like, he's in prison, he's trying to come up with money on his books, and Alyssa has been working. But I'm sure it's got to be hard out here being a single mom, especially to a baby that young while the dad's locked up in prison. And I want to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of this video, Rose Forever. Valentine's Day is right around the corner, and if you want to give your loved one a gift they won't forget, then get them a Rose Forever bouquet. They're made with special oils that make them last over a year. I've had some last a lot longer than that. And you can use my discount code AmberKVday20 to save $20 off a bouquet. And now let's get back to the updates. So Jade posted Chris's, I don't want to say girlfriend, but it's this girl that he's been going out on dates with, and she posted these pictures of her where it looks like she's got these sores on her face, right? So I'm like, okay, it looks like she definitely has struggled with drugs at one point in her life, or maybe she's just got like some kind of bad skin issue. I don't know. But I'm like, we don't know how old these pictures are. So I did some research, and Chris, the girl he's been dating, she just got in trouble for freaking forgery just in January of this year. Just this year. And literally last year she was arrested multiple times, and her mugshots, like the hardcore mugshot with all the scabs, that was literally from just last year. So I was like, man, I hope she just changed her life around, and these are old. But damn, it looks like just as a few months ago she's still getting into trouble. And Jade has been posting pictures telling Chris that he needs to, he's asking Chris, like, hey, are you going to get your son Ozzy some formula or diapers? Because she says that his formula is $75 a can, and Chris hasn't helped her with anything. And for those of you guys who missed the live that I shared that she did the other day, she said that she will not allow Chris to see Ozzy right now because she claims that he's not sober. She claims, like, right before they broke up that he went to rehab and then left rehab early. And I even question if he went to rehab at all, because when he was in rehab, he was like posting pictures at Top Golf and posting pictures ice skating. And I mean, I've seen rehabs go out and, you know, have little events where you go do things, but it kind of just looked like he was like staying in a hotel and just going out and just doing what he wanted to do while pretending to be in rehab. I don't know. That's just an assumption to me, because like, how are you going out freaking every other night while in rehab? It seems like aren't you going to be focused on like bigger things, like your sobriety while you're in there and making the most out of your 30 days instead of like going Top Golf on day 2? She claims that he went to rehab and he was supposed to stay for 30 days. He left after 25 and left 5 days early. And she claims that when he came home, the first thing he did was go to the RV and he got wasted. And she also revealed that Chris, his DUI charge from back in November, has been dismissed. She claimed that Chris's mother, I guess she has a lot of money, and she ended up getting him a really good lawyer, and he ended up getting the case thrown out. And they shared this picture of Chris's Cadillac, and this is the damage that he allegedly did to his Cadillac the night that he wrecked his car when he originally was arrested for that DUI. It has even been a few months, and Chris has already got into another car accident, and I believe may have possibly totaled another car. So on Saturday night, he was at, like, it kind of looked like this concert, this club venue. There's this guy on stage with this flamethrower, and he was just like, had this fire going all around the stage. He was dancing. Everybody was having a good time. And then afterwards, it looks like Chris, after he left there, got into some kind of car wreck. He posted this picture of a wrecked car and said, well, the night ended well, I guess. Sarcasm, people. And the next morning, he posted this picture and he said, when you wake up and you realize you had quite the night. And he still looks like he's turned up from last night. And people in the comments were like, dude, like, what the hell? Someone was like, sad to see you throwing your life away. Get sober, my dude. And he said, okay, zero everything. And they're like, dude, prioritize your health. And he said, I actually am. I only smoke medicinal marijuana. Then Chris posted this picture with all this money. And he said, Jade, I got your child support. Now let me see my son. Then Jade posted this picture of Chris, like, in this like hot tub, it looks like, and she said Chris needs R&R after leaving rehab early and not paying for anything when it comes to his son. Don't worry, my family and I have it. And Jade's currently living with her father. She claims her father and her sister have stepped up to help her with her son Ozzy. Then Jade posted this and she said, I made this his contact pic, the ugliest picture, so every time I look at it, he gives me the ick. But that is pretty much it for this video, guys. Let me know how you guys feel in the comments below. Like this video, hype this video if you want to, and thank you guys so much for watching.